So, as promised, we're taking a break from dukkha. Enough of dukkha. Yeah, uh, we're going to focus on sukha this morning. Sukha, mm. which you could say is the flip side of dukkha. I mean, sukha means happiness in all of its forms, and of course there are just a wide range. You know, from worldly happinesses in various ways, which are also um, talked about in Buddhism in the early days in the suttas, the different forms of worldly happiness. Yeah. And which I'm going to speak some about that, I believe, later this week, because our culture offers special problems to finding external happiness. Yeah. Special challenges, and it's worth spending some time on that. But this morning, I want to spend a bit more time on the internal um, sukha, internal sukha. Um, mm. The word that I like most is a single word that captures internal sukha. There are various levels of sweetness, ease, satisfaction, uh, even bliss is in there, although, maybe. um, and deep states of calm. But the one word that captures it best for me is contentment. Contentment. Yeah. Again, that's the word that works for me. That sense of contentment, that sense of not just enough, but just really enough. That sense of enoughness. Yeah. That inner sense of yeah. In our culture, especially in our culture, I think these days, also as a psychologist, who sees people, I think, man, boy, if I could do the diagnostic manual from a Buddhist psychology point of view, I'd have a few. One of them would be sukha disorders, contentment disorders. Yeah, you know, the feeling in not enough disorders. Disorders of not enough. Not, in fact, if I look at all the people that I've seen in all these years, underneath whatever the presenting problem is, so often, almost always, is a sense of not enough. There's something that's not quite enough. Yeah, yeah? Not lovable enough, not loving enough, not worthy enough, not seen or valued enough. Yeah? Not kind enough, not good enough, not pretty enough, not attractive enough, not handsome enough, not strong enough. We could fill in the blanks, but in some way or another, not quite comfortable, deeply comfortable in our skins. Most people are saying, "Will you help me become more comfortable in my skin?" That's not what they say, but that's part of what I see. Part of what I see is all the ways that this is unfolding. And I'm recalling the quote. I'll reprise it for you here again. We mentioned, I think it was last week. There's a Rumi quote. I said, "You should not be seeking for love, but for instead looking into all of the ways that you have and continue to block love from showing up in your life." And we could substitute that for a lot of things there. You shouldn't seek for sukha But instead, look at all of the ways that you're keeping Sukha from really showing up in a big way in your life. And the issue here, and it's a very poignant one, is that we do want contentment. But the cultural norm as well is I I've got to do more. I've got to do more to be content. I've got to get more. Or inside, we bring that sense of slight impoverishment and slight emptiness, not quite enoughness. Now I want more. I want meditation to fill me up. I just need more wisdom. I just need more clarity. I just need more. This isn't quite enough. What's going on in here isn't quite enough. I'm not content. I want to go get contentment. I want to get contentment, you know? I want to get it. And so the internal posture itself, that internal inclination is one of the main thing that keeps contentment from showing up in our lives out here and in here. And the sooner we see that, it takes so long to see that. And again, you've heard me say with great, humility, I practiced for 20 years, really a lot, but there wasn't much Sukha at all because there was a striving orientation. It was something else. Something else needed to be there, needed to stay there. Mindfulness needed to stop slipping away, darn it. I needed to stop letting it slip away. What was wrong with me? There's so many ways that we can just even make the tangle more of dukkha, really, by the way we are imagining that we are moving towards sukha. We can make more dukkha in the way we try to orient toward contentment. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so much of the practice, and of course, this is often, you hear us um, teach this. So much of the holding environment, cultivating the internal holding environment, is cultivating a space of contentment, isn't it? It's practicing that, but it's practicing directly contentment. Directly. In fact, if there's one thing we feel culturally at this time that we need, maybe even more than was needed in ancient, more simpler times, it's to front load the practice of contentment. Yeah, because we're in a society that doesn't get that. There's this wonderful quote. I love this. This is colloquial. In Tibet. It's a colloquial. Right? This is a ha ha ha. We all get this. Looking for happiness outside is like waiting for sunshine in a cave facing north. Got it? Looking for happiness anywhere out here is like waiting for sunshine in a cave facing north. That means that's not a secret teaching handed down, whispered in the ear by great masters. That's an everyday colloquial saying. It ain't out here, and yet the whole cultural norm is out here. And so in meditation, we bring that orientation in here. Okay, how do I get it? It must be something more than this ragtag mind of mine. This can't be it. And so we go about trying to fix it, control it, organize it, orchestrate it, manage it in countless ways, again and again and again. And it's one of the things that it's the reason we remind you of this endlessly, because we all need endless reminders, which is why we'll say, when the mind wanders, don't just drag it back here. Come back to the breath as if it were more than enough, as if it were precious, as if it were an embarrassment of riches, as if it doesn't get better than this, as if this was like a homecoming moment, a moment of arrival, a moment of settling, a moment of ah. Can you do that just for a couple of seconds? Can you just let the breath out a little bit more? Can you just can you see that? Can you begin to see it's not fixing the breath? It's about entering the breath like the breath is a temple. It's already there. It's already breathing you. It's breathing us.
Hi. Good, thanks.
Can you mute yourself?
Say how am I or am I?
Oh, no, I said, how are you?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm Sean. It was supposed to be 10:30, then they asked me to.
Whoever you are, I need you to mute yourself. Okay, can you do that? Yeah, thank you. And so this is what we practice. This is what we practice together. Yeah, it's coming back. We're practicing moments of contentment. We're practicing moments. Can you hear me now? Okay, then all of you need to stay stay that way. I was trying to unmute one person, and I think I ended up unmuting myself. There are a lot of moments that Susan has missed here. Anyway, so we come back with Sukha. We come back practicing a moment of Sukha. Yeah. And gradually that becomes stronger. What we practice becomes stronger. What we practice becomes stronger. Yeah. You practice Sukha for a while in this way, drop by drop, drop by drop, moment by moment. It starts to feel like it really is enough. Like the breath really is. Like I really can take refuge here, take rest here, and then begin to take rest in whatever else is arising, yeah, in the field of experience, as if it were enough, as if this were just one lovely human ecosystem, that there was room for all of it here. There was room for all of it, yeah, as if it were enough. Yeah, yeah. It's the practice of enoughness, yeah? Rather than the search, rather than the organizing, trying to get there. Yeah, trying. It's trying. This is why we're gripping the wheel. Oh. Hands off the wheel. One breath later. Oh. Okay. It really is this again and again. This is how we practice Sukha. This is how we practice contentment. Yeah. Mm-hmm.